Hi, this is John Lepp of Idea Design. I wanted to do a quick video tonight about an experience I had this weekend at Ribfest. Ribfest is a rib festival in Burlington, Ontario. And it was really interesting to me because there was about 20 booths or so of ribs, and I got there early, so I had a chance to test a lot of the different ribs with some of the people I was with. But when I was leaving, it was really busy. And as I walked through the main pit where all the rib producers were, there were certain ones that had lineups of 20, 30 people, 40 people, 50 people, and next to them there were no lineups. And I thought that was interesting because I tasted a lot of the ribs more than I should have, and for the most part they were all pretty similar. They weren't really that different. There was a couple standouts, but you know, for the most part, they were all pretty much the same thing. And I thought it's interesting that these people are standing in line and for one, and then next to them there was nothing. I knew by talking to some of the people I was with, we knew that people see a lineup, they go, there's a lineup, it must be good. So obviously that's what people were doing. They're lined up with ones they thought that were good, but it doesn't necessarily make them good. And I was trying to think how this relates to charities and even to an extent social media. There's people that I follow, Scott Stratton, Chris Brogan, a couple of guys that have massive amounts of followers, and I have I don't know, 200 followers or something. And obviously when you have that kind of lineup, those people, they say a message, it gets out to their people, and they get more followers, and it just grows and grows, word of mouth. You need to follow these people, they're great. And I'm not saying that my content isn't good enough or as good as them, but again, I'm just trying to think of how this all relates, especially with charities. I think how it relates is that charities ultimately are kind of the same, and I think it comes down to the donor experience. I was talking to my wife about the whole purple cow idea. Like, what if one of the ribbers, they had a full size, a full pig rotating above their display? Or what if they had 10 people out front of the booth trying to draw people in by giving out free ribs? Because no one was doing that. Everyone was just waiting for the lineups to come. That would do it. That would bring in the people. But then you'd have to deliver on the experience. So it's not enough as a charity just to have that purple cow idea, or to draw the people in somehow because of the way you position yourself. You actually have to deliver the experience. You can't be the same as everyone else. And it's so it's just kind of a twofold problem. I think that Ribfest was an interesting illustration of that problem. You need to do things differently, show people from an exterior point of view how you're different as a charity, how you're different than any charity they've ever experienced before. And then when they come, the experience of dealing with you is different. That's it. Anyways, that's my experience with Ribfest from this past weekend, and how it relates to charities. Interesting. Ribfest and charities. There you go. Thanks for listening. This was John Lepp at Idea Design. Take care.